My mic has been off. Ah, my God. But my husband just popped in. He's like, is your mic on? And I'm looking at my mic right here. Green means on. I just looked down at my software. Red means off. 2 switches, software, physical mic. This one was off. This one was on. So I've been talking again for 33 minutes with my mic off again. And this was some funny shit that you guys just missed out on. I'm just going to have a meltdown right now in front of all of you. I'm just having a meltdown. I just did a JVN thing. I got nothing. I got nothing more. Got nothing. Puppets everywhere. Sunny everywhere. No. Okay, so, you know, this is what happened last time. Cut out 23 minutes of my stream. Cut it out. Because Nana was doing puppets, all kinds of cool voices, you know, examples of the thing. And nothing. Nothing. Should she quit now? Should she quit now? Vote in the chat, all one of you. Should I quit? Should I quit now? Because I feel like it, honestly. To be really super honest, like it seems like worthless. This is a girl meltdown. This is an old woman, post-menopausal, you know, total dysregulated nervous system meltdown. No, it's not. It's not really. I'm just being dramatic. You can hear me now. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Thank you, boys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Andres. You're very sweet. Thank you, Pop-Up, for your gentle. I lost Donatello. He went flying. I don't know where he is. I lost Purple Monster. Hold on. We're going to need him. Hold on. Okay. So, well, that was a bummer because, you know, what my goal is usually here is to use 30 minutes to talk puppets, like to have these guys chit chat with you and entertain you and give you a good time.
Yeah, Nana, you tried really hard today.
I did. Oh dear. That was a thing. Honestly, it's the universe. The universe talking. What's it saying? What is the universe saying to Nana today?
I don't know, Nana. What is the universe saying today?
Because I tell you what, it takes up a lot of energy to do that. So do I have another, 10 or 15 minutes of puppet time left in me? I don't know.
You do, Nana. You do. Because the Tito love me. Give the Tito what they want. They want you.
Yeah, whatever. They want you.
Yeah, that's what I meant. They want me.
You, me, who knows? Okay, so, yeah, that just took the wind out. Okay, kids. So I think we're done. Sunny, do you mind?
I do not mind at all, Nana, because I'm feeling your pain.
You're feeling my pain?
Yes, I feel your pain inside of your hand, which is inside of my head, and so I feel it.
You feel my pain?
Yes, through your thumb.
You feel my pain through my thumb?
Yes, because that's where your heartbeat is.
My heartbeat is in my thumb?
Yes, your heartbeat is in your thumb.
Is it? Is my heartbeat in my thumb?
Yes, that's why you should never take somebody's pulse with your thumb.
Really?
Yeah, because then you will feel 2 heartbeats and you will not get an accurate heartbeat.
What, are you a paramedic now?
No, but you knew that somewhere back in the back of your mind, and so it came just now through your hand and your mouth.
You just never know. You just never know.
Nope, you don't, Nana. You just have to stay open. Open to the creative vibrations of the universe.
Yeah, okay.
And you just never know.
Nope, I don't. I never, ever, ever know.
Nope.
Okay, then. So, what are you saying?
I really don't know, Nana. I really don't know.
Okay. Okay, Sunny. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put you down.
Okay. Because I know you are tired and it's time for a break. You need to hydrate.
Yeah, I do. I do need to hydrate.
Okay. I will see you in a little while. I promise I will come back and see you again.
You promise?
Yes, I will. I'll stop back in when you need to take a break.
Okay. You're a great co-host.
Yes, I am, Nana. I'm the only thing keeping you sane right now.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right, Sunny. Here we go then. Whew. Man, holy cow, guys. I got to give myself kudos. All right. Yes, he is very cute. Thank you. I love Sunny. He's the only thing that keeps me going here with this. Okay, so okay. I just saw Donnie. I got a little nervous because he just really went flying, but I see him over there. He's just laying on his back. Yeah, so Andres, look where we are. Look at that. Huh. Puppet head. So this is Purple Monster. Purple Monster's head. Isn't it beautiful? It's a thing of beauty. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I'm so proud. Mm-hmm. And then we've been working on his pelt. So I think, oh shoot, you know what? I forgot. I was going to, dang, I didn't do it. I didn't do my homework, guys. My homework was to rewatch my tutorial video to make sure I'm doing the right next thing on this pelt. I'm pretty sure it's the chin piece. I need to sew the chin piece together, which take me all of 5 minutes. Although knowing me, I could chat it up for half an hour and make that last a half an hour, but I don't want to do that to you. And once we do that, what we have to do is cut out and sew in the mouth plate cover, the fabric for the mouth plate. So I think I know how to do that. I think that I can do that without going back to Cynthia's tutorial for that. So yeah, let's do it. Let's just do it. I'm really kind of excited to see how this, I don't know, with Sunny, we put the nap of the fur going downward, like his fur all goes downward, and this way we cut it so that the nap of the fur is all going upwards, which gives it for me a real kind of a punk feel. So it'll be interesting to see. And as I had said before, I also practice on this little piece. I should move to my workbench. So let's move to the workbench, guys. Workbench. Where is the workbench? Oh, there's my music. Look at that. Okay, we're going back to, okay, zoom. All right. There we go. Gotta turn this music down. Okay, yeah, that's the chill music, the chill vibe here. Okay, let's rewind this. Sorry, guys. Forgive the tech pieces. Okay. Love that music. Chill music. Okay, we're gonna let that roll. All right, so this is a little piece of scrap fur purple fur that I pulled up, and I just kind of gave it a haircut. So like you can see, this is the long piece, this is the length, and then I went in there and just did some chopping just to see if I want to sculpt parts of Purple Monster into shorter bits, and we can also leave longer bits. I mean, I feel like he's going to end up looking like like David Bowie in Labyrinth or something. Remember that hair? Sort of funny hair. Yeah, so we're going to play with that. We'll see. That's going to be very last. And also you can do really fun things like with puppet hairstyles. You can make a gel out of white glue and water, and you can actually permanently style stuff. I don't know if we'll go there, but we'll see. We shall see. Okay. Yeah, isn't the pelt gorgeous? I love this pelt too. Isn't it beautiful? I have some pink fur that's very similar that I've already shown a couple times. I won't take it out again today, but we may find a way to integrate some of this bright pink with this on other parts of his body. I was thinking about giving him a fringe around his hands, so he has a pink fringe that peeks out from underneath his purple arm hair, and contrasts with his yellow hands. So you would have the yellow hand, a pink bright fuchsia fringe, and then his purple arms. So we'll see. We're trying to scatter Mardi Gras colors throughout his body, which we'll do also with feathers and things on top of his hair, his horns, his ears. You can see the picture up there, and his wings. Like, we're gonna kind of play with those colors. So purple, or this royal purple, a beautiful fuchsia, the gold, which is the same as Sunny's gold for his hands, and then I have a kind of a teal for, I think, his nose. I think his nose is going to be that color. Or if I end up doing the belly, we'll see if I can figure out how to do that belly up there. I was thinking about doing that sort of dragon scale type belly out of another fabric so that it's smooth and surrounded by fur. That's going to take some thought. I'm going to have to really give that some thought offline, because I don't think you want to sit here and watch me think. Okay. Blah dee blah dee blah blah blah. Okay. All right. Andreas, thank you for chit-chatting with me. That's nice. I cannot believe I keep seeing I can hear you now, which keeps reminding me of how we started this stream. You know, that first 25 minutes or so where I do puppets, I use that. You know, I use that for little bits for social media. I pull out cute little fun moments. I got nothing now except for me jabbering. I mean, just mouths moving with no sound. It's really sad. Okay, it is what it is. I'm over it. Not over it. Really not over it. Okay. You know, I checked it. Oh, there's some chocolate on my box from last week. See that? Some chocolate. Yeah, I really did. I think you don't know what I'm talking about because I had my mic off while I was talking about this. Last week I had a little thermos full of hot chocolate, and I was jabbering about my amazing hot chocolate and my chocolate recipe. And I had loosened the lid a little bit while I was talking. And then I went to pour, and I always give it a good shake before I pour it to get the foam, because like the foam is the thing. It's just like a good beer has a nice little perfect head on the top. Well, same with chocolate. Got to have those bubbles. So I gave it a good hard shake, and it was open. Chocolate everywhere, on my shirt, on my pants, on my face, across my board, across my work surface. It didn't get all over the puppet though, so I was glad of that. Okay. That's Nana being not present. So as always, we work right sides together, tuck this fur in, and always with your fabric. Okay, now I last time I edited, I ended up trying to pull this closer to my face. Sorry if that made you dizzy. I'm going to move these guys because, there we go. Because I was working behind my face half the time, so you couldn't even see it because I was concentrating on what I was doing. So I think this works better. Yes, with this stuff over here. Look at that. This stuff over here. Okay. That way, because my camera is there. All right. We're working this shite out, aren't we? Learning. It was chocolate. It wasn't coffee. It was chocolate. Chocolate's my gig. I'm hopelessly in love with chocolate. Cacao and chocolate. She's always talking about her cacao and her chocolate. The difference, you might ask? So, I hesitate to keep saying this over and over because I do have people who actually come back and watch my replays. Astonishingly. Of course, they a lot of times don't make it all the way through, which is fine. I don't care. Honestly, got no fucks left to give, remember. But I'm grateful for it. Even 5 minutes if somebody wants to come check it out, I'm happy. So I end up repeating myself, but chocolate, cacao. So cacao, of course, is the beans, as you probably know. And in the cultures that think of cacao as being a medicine, plant medicine, which they do, and they drink it ceremonially for ceremony purposes, like for self healing, for connecting with a plant spirit, just like, you know, the cultures that use any other plant medicine, ayahuasca or magic mushrooms or iboga or any of them. Cacao is used in that way because when it's in its raw, purified form, in the sense that they grind the beans with the husk of the bean on them. I'm going to try to sew while I'm talking. Okay, so we keep this moving along. Check the chat. Okay, so we're going to, just real quick, we're going to sew this with just a simple whip stitch, which is what we've been doing for this whole head. And this whole thing could be done by machine sewing, but I've opted not to do that with this Purple Monster, although I probably will for the hands. Okay, simple whip stitch, going to close this up. So yeah, ceremonial cacao. My husband he's heard this 1,000 times. They leave the husk of the bean on for ceremonial cacao because it contains other properties, additional properties that are healthful, but also psychoactive, which I don't know because I haven't really talked to any. Oh shoot, I'm violating my own rules here. We really need to pin this. So let's throw a few pins in here because it does slide around. The fur inside there is slippery, and it does slip around while I'm sewing. So important step, Nana. Don't forget that. Luckily, it's a short little piece, and I think I'm good there. A few pins. So they sit around the fire, and they make the cacao in these clay pitchers, and the beans are ground up on a stone grinder, and they grind them. It's a fascinating process, but they grind them by hand until like the cocoa butter starts to come out, and they have a paste, cacao paste. And then they put that in boiling water and make the drink. And it's gorgeous. And I don't know if, like, in a ceremonial setting, if they sweeten it at all. But as we Westerners have become involved, we're like, that's too bitter. So we sweeten it. I sweeten it. Some people don't. I like it with just a teensy bit of sweetener. I use a raw, unrefined cane sugar that is organic and harvested sustainably, all those good things. The company that I get my cacao from has also a blend where they mix in their own, I keep doing the thing. I'm gonna have to cut all those out. Their own heirloom chilies and cinnamon and vanilla, high quality stuff. So you have this incredible, gorgeous cacao drink. So it's an actual delight to drink. So for me, like, that part of the experience, in addition to the psychoactive properties, which are quite mild. I mean, they're not like, some of the plant medicines that I mentioned. Like, they don't send you on some kind of a trip, but they do open you. They open your heart space. They kind of like calm and focus your mind and your nervous system. And they open you to, like, the feelings of love and creativity. I know that sounds really weird, but I mean, it hits the dopamine centers, of course, and I don't know that it probably doesn't have DMT in it. I think if it did, it would First of all, they'd make it illegal right away. And I think that would cause you to trip, you know. So you don't. You just feel nice, you know. It's just kind of calming, and for me, it's like opens my creativity centers, which I love. And for me, one big piece of it too is just the flavor, like just the just that resource of something that's creamy and chocolatey and delicious. It's just such a delight to imbibe, and I find it to be I find it to be expanding, unlike coffee, which just jacks me up and makes me feel terrible. I can't drink coffee anymore. Just I can't do that level of and that type of caffeine, which isn't to say that cacao doesn't have caffeine, because it does, but it doesn't have the same amount. And I don't know scientifically or chemically if it's if caffeine is caffeine, or if caffeine interacting with other chemicals might have a different effect on the body. So perhaps the combo of things that's in cacao is different in the body than the caffeine in coffee. I think also the acid content in cacao is much different than, probably lower or maybe non-existent, than coffee. So for all those reasons, I would much rather drink cacao than coffee. Not say I don't ever have decaf coffee, because I do sometimes enjoy a latte or something, because for me a lot of it is about the creaminess, but or like a nice frozen coffee drink in the summer. But yeah, coffee. I used to drink a lot of coffee, but not anymore. I loved the buzz back in the day, but nah, my body just can't handle it anymore. Okay, we're almost there, guys. It's making me feel a little nervous, because that means we're on to the next step. Next steps are good, aren't they? The unknown. Coffee, please. I know, Pop. Pop-Up digs his coffee. But he's also tapered off. Like, I don't even think you drink fully caffeinated at all anymore, do you? I mean, occasionally, if that's all you can get, but I think at home you pretty much make half and half. He does half decaf. Okay, one last little knot here, and we will trim this and move on. Move on, guys. Okay. This is so exciting. Yeah, so little puppet pelt. So you can see that it does create, like, all these seams are quite hidden, all these back seams, and there are many. I mean, there are 4 of them, you can see, are quite hidden by this long fur, but this front chin seam, let's see, is quite apparent. And that's kind of how Sunny is under his nose, which creates kind of a mustache. So I'm not convinced yet how I will feel about that. It could be that once this is attached to Purple Monster's head, that we can actually comb that out. And it will disappear, because I'd kind of like him to have like a little goatee or something. So this is the bottom of his mouth, like the bottom of his chin right here. This right here. Yeah, you hear that? Hear that music? Yeah, I got this it's free music that some guy online does. And every once in a while, in the middle of the songs, it does this weird sort of slow down and gets all wonky and weird. And I'm like, What's that? What does that mean? What is he doing? I almost feel like it's a moment in the song where either he doesn't want you to be able to like take his music and sell it. he makes it for streamers actually. And it's free to use. It's copyright, like it's what do they call that? Royalty free. Okay, I was gonna try this on. I can't remember if she says to try it on. I think so. Royalty free music, and but he doesn't want people to like download it and sell it, so he makes it do weird wonky stuff in the middle. Or like if there's subliminal messaging or something in there, and so it just, when it slows down like that, it gets okay. So I'm putting this, let me go back to the workbench here. Okay, I just widened it. I think I widened the view a little bit. I don't know if I did. Okay, but I wanted to let you see what I'm doing here. She says to just try it on. At this point, I feel like, well, I'm trying it on, but if it doesn't fit, then we're screwed, right? We have to start over. So this is all gonna, this whole opening is gonna be connected to a mouth plate cover, which will go inside his mouth. And this will all kind of wrap around the edge. But, so I feel like it kind of fits. I know you can't really see what I'm doing. Yeah, I think it fits. And then the back of it stays open until it gets attached to the body. This is sewn up last. But I feel like we're okay here. I feel like it's gonna be okay. All right. Nana has to take off her jacket. I am so hot. Oof. Cool shirt. I want to get shirts that say Puppet Time with Nana and have my logo or something. Maybe a picture of Sunny. But these shirts are shirts that are sold, which I have said in past streams, by, you prefer a furry puppet. Me too. I know, he's cute or furry, and when he's not furry, he's a little freaky looking with all his tattoos and stuff. These shirts are sold by Adam Cringer, the Puppet Nerd. Check him out on YouTube. He is my puppet guru who has taught me so much of what I've learned about puppeteering, and puppet making. He's kind of a beloved puppet guru, but he's pretty amazing. He's got an awesome YouTube channel to where I learned so much, where I've continued to learn so much about all this technical stuff. Okay, so we're going to move on to the mouth plate. However, he's very ill. I'm just keep saying it. Keep reminding people that he has a GoFundMe for, he's got cancer. He's got brain cancer. It's bad. Stage 4. He's just recently had a second or third, maybe? I think second. Major surgery, tumor. They took out a tumor. And it's really affecting him. And turn this music down just a hair. And I don't know how the prognosis is, but in any case, it is however it turns out, his family is going to need help. So he's doing a big fundraiser, a GoFundMe. You can, if you're interested, you can check it out on YouTube, on his YouTube channel, The Puppet Nerd, and I'm sure he'll have links in there to his GoFundMe. Okay, so here is our, this is black felt, or fleece. I mean, it feels like felt to me. You know what? This is felt. This is not fleece, I think. I think I bought it from the fabric store and they called it fleece, but it feels very feltish. This is also felt, but this felt is, this felt has a, have I used the red yet? I don't think so. This felt has, where's the pink? Oh, it's already out. This felt has, okay, hold on. This felt here has an adhesive backing. Which would be great for a tongue or something, but I'm not going to use that for this. I was thinking that it would be good. I could cover his mouth plates in red, and that this is what I've seen done. Red mouth plate, like the whole inside of the mouth red, and then black to create like a uvula, and then red for a tongue. Or no, pink for a tongue. Sunny has all black, no uvula or anything to indicate like depth, and then just a pink tongue. So I've got this pink felt which has no backing on it. I think this is all adhesive also, and this is just black. Yeah, okay, so that's just black. So, you know, okay, all of that to say, all of that blah 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 to say that I think we're going to still do Purple Monster with a black covering for his mouth plate and a pink tongue, because I sew this fabric into the pelt and then we use glue to attach it to the mouth plate. Whereas if I have adhesive backing on the other felt that I have, it makes it complicated as to how to attach it to this, because it would be sticky. So I think until I can experiment with it and like figure out how I would want to do that, that might be for a different kind of application. So we'll just use this and we'll cut out. We'll cut out the mouth plate for this. Okay. What? Who did it? I didn't prep. You know, Nana is, I'm being kind of lackadaisical with this thing. Like, if I was super slick, I'd have all this stuff set up, be all ready to go like a pro. Okay. All right. Andres prefers the pink tongue. Pop Up, you want to weigh in? I don't care. Who cares? I agree. I like the pink tongue. So this is the same thing I used to cut out the mouth plate. No, I didn't. It was a different pattern for the plastic that we used to create the mouth plate. This is different pattern. Okay, so we're just going to quickly give this I don't need this. Quickly give this a trace. Do we have a stretch here? Yes, there is a stretch. I think the rule of thumb is you want your stretch always going horizontally like this. As you can see, it stretches much more this way. So we'll go that way. Top and bottom doesn't matter how I have it on here, but we do want to make all of our marks because we want to be able to line things up where they go. Okay. Nana likes to get it right to the edge so that we don't waste too much. You know, fabric, buying all this crap, it adds up after a while. Okay, well, you probably can't see what I'm doing here, but... stuff is stinky. I'm actually, I mean, as much fun as Purple Monster is and will continue to be in as we see him unfold and find out what he's going to look like. Alright, so we want a mark here. That's the top. And a mark. Probably should have the camera over here, because this is my right hand. Okay, so anyway, another mark here. Let's get a nice big mark. Center mark for that. And then we want marks here and here. Listen to man. Nana. Ugh. I sound like an old woman. Okay. Okay, those aren't terrific. They're too fat, but who cares? Okay. Let's cut this puppy out. Let's just get her done. Nana just goes so slow. It's going to take me 5 years to make this damn puppet. Okay. Especially if I only work on it once a week. My daughter will be, my age by the time she gets her puppet. Okay. Let's just first get this baby cut out. Am I in the camera? Yes. It's just a simple cutout. Holy cow, it's not like, I'm not making origami here. All right. Okay. Seems to me I should cut out on the inside of the line because, we're tracing on the outside of the line. Yep, inside of the line. I don't know why I have to think that through every time because it's worked just fine doing it that way, but as I said, I'm not a mathematician, so the physics of it, escaped me momentarily, and I have to think it through. I wish that growing up in our schools, in our educational system, that we would figure out a different way to teach kids things like science, mathematics, so that we had real-world application, This is going in the scrap bin, this little piece. The rest of that could go. So that we would pay attention more when we're learning. I'm a little concerned about how fat I made these. Only because once I go to line it up on the puppet, it's like, it gives you a lot of play, right or left, but it's probably being a little too anal to worry about. But I might extend it in just a teensy bit. And there we go. We're just eyeballing it. If I put a ruler on that, it probably wouldn't be so great. Okay, any chatsy going on here? Okay. Pop-Up votes for pink. I vote for pink too. I think she's amazing. Okay. Next. Purple Monster. I gotta move you over here. We got some pinning to do. So, once again, we're working first side in, right sides together. We have this seam and this seam that we're going to line up with. So we're going to line, oh shoot. Now, this is, okay, yeah, so we do have to establish here, okay, this wasn't dead center. Nana, pay attention. As you can see, we have top and bottom. Top is bigger than bottom. So, that being said, this center line is important because it's not center. As we know, looking at this, he has an underbite. Larger, smaller. So it is important where the top of this is. And I wasn't paying attention to that when I drew these lines, and I was making an assumption that it was dead center. And I was kind of eyeballing things. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to remark this. It's going to be difficult. Okay, I'm just going to color this in a little to not, so oh shit. Okay, I'm going to remark it. I was going to say I could just turn it around, but I can't. And the reason being is that part of this is going to be visible when on the other side, but I'm just going to color that in a little just so I don't get confused, so I can remark. Real time, folks. Mistakes happen. And who doesn't love the smell of a Sharpie? Okay. Okay, I'm going to remark this because I feel like I kind of eyeballed a little bit. So here's what we're going to do. Top. I'm gonna remark it, but I'm going to be more careful. Yeah, and it's making a difference. And it's a little bit harder now because I did cut it out on the inside of that line. But it's okay. Nana can handle it. All right. Okay, top. That feels about right. It is pretty close to the same spot, but it is exactly the same freaking spot. Okay, top. I'm going to mark that with a T. Mark it with the T and throw it in the oven for baby and me. Top. And let's see how this one lines up. Let's see if you can see it. Okay. Oh yeah, see, so that's off quite a bit. So that's going to be right there. So yeah, look, see that? Like, you probably can't see. You probably can't see. That's okay. But it's like a good 1/4 of an inch. Okay. And then this side. Yep, same thing. Top. Oops. Come on, Nana. Really, Nana? Really? Okay, why is it not working now? Still off. Yeah, every time I turn it so that it's good in the camera, I can't see. So you just are going to have to be patient and you won't be able to see. So when I line this up on the top, this is difficult, guys. Once you cut it out, it's more difficult to line it back up. Actually, if you have it cut accurately. Sorry, I know I'm not in the mic. I'll move this forward a little bit. Oh, freaking frag. Okay. Yeah, this pen is like the worst. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. That looks okay. All right, top and bottom were fine. It was just this. Let me get a little more black on there just to, you know, make it clearer for myself. Yeah, marking on this black felt is hard because it trying to keep it in the camera again. I should just turn myself off. That looks all right. I'm sure it's not this crucial, but Nana is anal about these things. I'm all right with that. As good as it's going to be. Probably doesn't have to be that accurate. Okay. Damn. I don't know how to be different. Okay. So lining these guys up now. We want to line up this with that seam. So, not that seam, with that mark. I think. Something's wrong. Hold on, while Nana has a little conniption. Why does that... I'll tell you in a second what's happening in my brain. This is my pattern. Why is this... Sorry, kids. You know what? I just have to trust myself here. I just was curious why this right here wasn't a cut seam, but I can't remember now. It's been so long since I cut this out. Okay, you know what? We're forging ahead and we're just not gonna overthink things here. It seems ridiculous that I'm overthinking it, and if you're not an overthinker, you're probably like, geez, it's so freaking obvious. What's the matter with you, Nana? Just keep moving. Well, that's not how my brain works. Chitty chat. Okay. Oops. Chat looks good. Okay. Okay, pinning along. Tucking fur as we go. Trying not to stretch this felt too much. I'll only stretch it if I need to. Actually, let me match top and bottom and then we'll pin in between. So we want to match bottom seam and bottom mark. There are moments when I think, who the hell watches this? You know. Okay, so I am going to match the 4 corners and then pin in between because then I can fudge. So we got the corner. This is the corner of the mouth. That's the okay. So top. Oh, that's what that is. That's a T. So this is the top. This is the top. This is the bottom. So we know that the proportions are correct. And then these are the corners of the mouth. Corners. Corner and corner. So we'll pin that. Oh, that's why I marked that one with a red dot. Okay. Oh, boy. Does that ever want to move around? Whew, Nana just got tired. Okay. It's my body saying, Nana, you can stop talking. And you can just sew gently and quietly on a puppet while the people sit and relax and watch. It's not a constant puppet show. It's not what this is. It's not a comedy special. It's not the Carol Burnett show. It's just a live stream where you make puppets and talk with Sunny.
Yeah, you just talk with me, Nana.
That's right, Sunny. We're just hanging out.
Yeah, you're just hanging out with me.
And they did. Yep. Okay, I can't get my pin through that. What the heck? Is that dull or something? Why won't it go through? Because I'm going through. Meanwhile, this is wiggling all around. Okay, come on. Go through. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that was weird. Oh, I know why. Because this little V. This little V right here was giving me grief. Oh, and that's another reason we wanted stretch this way. You'd think you'd want it this way, because that's the direction that the mouth is opening and closing. So you'd think you'd want your stretch this way. Now Nana's having second thoughts. It doesn't matter. You know why? Because all of this edge is going to be glued to the mouth plate. There's not going to be any give there. See, you have to think these things through. Like, you have to think through the logistics, the actuals. Can anybody say for me, like, so, okay, speaking of actual. So we've been watching Battlestar Galactica 2004 for the 3rd time. It's just my comfort thing. I go to it for comfort. When I'm in, when I have times where I just need something that makes me feel happy, I can return to that. So Galactica is one of those things for me because I just think it's one of the best frickin' TV shows ever made. In so many ways. And we could talk about that, but if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. Incredible performances, amazing, for the time especially. Production values. Like, you believe you're on some old-timey, futuristic old-time ship. Futuristic ship. Okay. So, on Galactica, the Admiral, when he gets on the comm to make a ship-wide announcement, he says, "This is Galacta Actual." He calls himself Galactica Actual to make his announcement. He doesn't say this is the Admiral, this is the Admiral Adama. He just says Galactica Actual. So what the hell does that mean? Does anybody know? Like, is that a nautical term? Because I know they use a lot of nautical terminology for the ship. Can you see? Oh, let's go back to Zoom. Why didn't I do that in the first place? Sorry, kids. Wait, it's not making any difference. Let me go back to Zoom here. There we go. Sorry. That's a little bit better, isn't it? That's better. Okay. If you care. Yeah. So I'm looking for the answer. Hey, Shayna. Oh, there's a whole bunch of words in here. Holy cow. Okay, Shayna popped in. Hi, Shayna. I just spent about 10 minutes trying to figure out how to mount a garbage can air thing. A garbage can air thing, and sure enough, where I put it, it's stupid. I don't know. Proud of you for moving on. Can you though? Shayna's laughing. Okay, Shayna, I don't know garbage. I don't know. I'm sorry, not following, but you probably posted that comment like 10 minutes ago because A, we don't sync up time-wise, and B, I forget to check the chat. So I've already moved on to Battlestar Galactica. Still waiting for somebody to tell me what actual means. This is Galacta Actual. What is that? Why doesn't he say Admiral? I'm gonna have to look it up on the interwebs. Okay, let's keep moving here because we're almost pinned. And we can start sewing. Get this puppy in there. I was kind of hoping today to slip this on his head and see that mouth plate covered. I think that would be kind of a big step. I mean, it'll be a big deal for me. Maybe not for you. Okay. It takes me to about this point. Where are we at? 12:55. Yeah, almost every time. To stop feeling so damn anxious and nervous about this live stream. I get to about this point and I'm like, fuck it. We're making a puppet. Who cares? It's really not a big deal. Who cares? Nobody. Hey, Shayna, thank you for popping in. I feel so, I don't know, it just makes me feel happy that you care to keep coming back, even though all I'm doing is jabbering. You know what this reminds me of? I don't know if you can see it, but those lines of the pins reminds me of the sandworm from Dune. Just swallowed you. The worm just swallowed you. I feel like there's some kind of a weird psychedelic experience that happens to people who get swallowed by sandworms. If I recall. From the book. I thought it seemed like there was somebody. Oh shit, I shouldn't say. Could be some, if I talk about it, it might be some kind of a spoiler. Okay, let me see if I can figure out a way to talk about it and not spoil it. Aw, we would, Shayna. We would totally chat for days with chocolate. Totally. Okay, let's go back because... Okay, it's the call sign for the commanding officer. Well, yeah, it's the... Oh! So it's just a call sign. It doesn't, mean something. It doesn't have an... other call signs, like Apollo, or I'm having a total brain fart right now. Who's my favorite girl? Who's our favorite girl? Why can't... Starbuck. So those, to me, those are nicknames. But actual sounds like it actually has meaning. Like it has some kind of an explanation. But if it's just a call sign, who cares? Galactica Actual. Yeah, okay, call sign. Shayna's all caught up on podcast. What? You've actually listened to my podcast? Really? The whole thing? I mean, the whole episodes? I've had some awesome people on, don't you think? I mean, they're extraordinary people, I think. I had a lovely time conversing with them. Okay, I'm going to keep sewing while I'm jabbering. But I'm going to get some new thread because this one's kind of short, and I think I'd like to go. That's only going to take me a quarter of the way around. Thank you so much for that. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Okay, next one. I have people in mind. I don't have anything scheduled. Not to say that I don't think about it every freaking day about scheduling someone. The thing is, and I have people in the wings. I have a couple people that would like to chat with me, but I honestly, I've had, this is a giant needle. I don't want that one. I have such little energy these days, which is going to change because we're working on this. But I wonder sometimes, like, do I have it in me to do a live stream on Wednesdays, do my editing, post my little shorts. I do like little highlight reels and stuff of the stream that I post on YouTube and on, you probably can't even see what I'm doing. What the hell? Gotta remember I've got it on Zoom. I post on YouTube and I post on, a couple of the others, Facebook and Instagram and stuff, just to try to see if I can get people listening. I don't think I do, honestly. I barely have people looking at them on there. Although seeing some traction on YouTube, a little bit. Wow. Hold on, I have to stop talking. Get in there. What the hell? I don't usually have this much trouble threading my needles. It's the cacao. It's hitting hard. Kidding. Okay. Got to move to a different spot because I've wrecked it. So the question is, do I have it in me to do... And I also... Okay, let me finish the sentence. To do another interview, keep doing interviews plus all the editing that I do for the podcast. This isn't happening. Okay, big needle. Bigger needle. Right now. I don't mean forever. I just mean right now. I'm longing to, because I like two-way conversations, honestly. But it's all the editing afterwards, and then creating posts. Oops, we want to double this. Creating posts and all of that. It's a lot for one person who is limited in capacity. Not to mention like the rest of life, which luckily I don't right now. I'm not working, which I don't know. This wouldn't be happening. I wouldn't be doing this if I was also working. That would take it all. But, so good question. Again, I used to try to do like one a week, like one podcast interview a week. Nope, not happening. But one a month, I might be able to pull off. And just a question, Shayna, are you watching the videos of it on YouTube or are you listening on like Spotify or Apple? Okay, now I gotta stop. Okay, Andres, I have a theory. I think they use the term actual because they want to distinguish the message from any previous message to not contradict old and new orders or announcements. That is amazing, like that you thought that through like that. You must be a fan. Are you a fan? Just curious. But that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so it's like saying new message, new or possible new order, in case he says a series of things, and then there's a break, and then he says another series of things. So it's like to say, this is the current message, this is the current order. Makes a lot of sense to me. That was, that was thoughtful. Okay. Okay, back. On my phone, it's so tiny I can't see. I want the 78 or 04 version of 04 version. 04 for sure. I didn't really watch the 78 version, but 04 for sure. The cast is amazing, and Starbuck is a woman. She's a badass. Okay, I listened to all of them. Yep, they were all amazing. Oh, thank you so much. I learned so much. Yeah, I had great people, honestly. I've taken your play more idea to my mental health people. Haha. We had a good group discussion about what brings us joy. That makes me want to cry right there, Shayna. Thank you. You could do chats and not interviews. Yes, I try to think of them as chats. If you're talking about that, like don't just interview people, chat with them. And that was my goal. I don't know if I achieved it, but I really was looking for chats with these folks because I have things to say too. They may be the expert, but I have a point of view also. So I try to balance it, and I try also to let my guest, have the floor as much as possible with this thing going all the time. Chatty Cathy. Maybe you could do the podcast in raw mode. Yeah, I know. I think I've talked about that, Andreas, with Vera. Quit feeling like I have to make it like clean. Quit feeling like I have to edit out every burp and fart. But and I do that more with the live stream than I did with my podcast. I really went in to kind of try to make it real clean. And Pop, thank you very much, says that to me all the time. Quit trying to make it so perfect and just get it out there. I do it partly for my guest also, because sometimes people get on there and they really do trip over their words or they're superfluous or they cough or whatever. So I sometimes clean it up like for their sake, but I agree, raw. Why not? I mean, I don't think Joe Rogan does a lot of cleanup. I don't listen to him a lot, but he does 3-hour freaking conversations. Who's going to do that much editing? And he puts them out a lot. So, and he's like one of the biggest. He's like one of the biggest. So there's something to that. And I will. Okay, Shayna, you just listened to audio. That's interesting to know. Thank you. I've never watched it. Oh, Andres, you've never watched Battlestar Galactica. Well, if you don't like science fiction or space kind of stuff, you might not like it, but it's got some incredible philosophical overtones, like under and over. Like it's like, and right now I feel like it's so relevant because of the rise of AI, and it's all about the battle between humans and AI. It's something to think about. So highly recommend. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Pop. I should let you be my co-host. It would be helpful. It would be super helpful, like, to have you be my chat moderator. Okay, moving into sewing now, guys. Okay, so we're going to sew all the way around this. And, this could be done on machine also. But, until I feel super confident working with this. Okay, now I've got to be even more conscientious of where I'm holding this. Working with this fur and stuff, I think I'm just going to hand sew for the time being. And until I get my workbench set up, because the sewing machine is a whole new dynamic if I'm going to use it in terms of space, camera setup and all that. And, it just brings a whole other element of, complexity that I'm not ready for. But this circular shape that I'm working on, I don't know how the lighting is, guys. For me, in my monitor here, in my laptop, it looks really dark. It's like I can't hardly see anything. So I don't know if you're having a better image. Well, it looks pretty good on my cell phone. It looks completely frozen on my cell phone. Come on. Yeah, after about an hour and 15 minutes of this, I actually start to relax a little bit, and it's fun. I don't know if I'll ever get better at it, folks. Maybe. But as far as the podcast is concerned, what I would like to do is I would like to do series that are of a theme, So I would like to do a nervous system series, or nervous system healing series, with some nervous system experts. And I have one actually in the wings who has agreed to come and talk about it. And she would talk from the perspective of kids, actually, children and nervous systems, students specifically, because she works in education consulting. But like, do you hear my music? Listen to this. Is it doing it now? No, it's not doing it. Okay, it was doing that weird, like somebody holding their finger on an LP. And I think I didn't finish my thought last time, which not unusual for me. Oh, I did. I said something about subliminal messaging. I almost feel like they're trying to hypnotize me, or, or there's some weird message being broadcast. But I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all. I am total conspiracy theorist. No, I'm not. I just think that there are conspiracies. I think they exist, I mean, it's silly. It's been used. It's been turned into a term that is so weaponized against people who seem like they're wackadoodle, so that now we don't even believe that they exist, like that conspiracies are a thing. And I think that's fucking dangerous, honestly. Got all these powerful people. I don't care whether you're right or left, but all these powerful people controlling the world and the banks and everything. And we say, oh, conspiracy this, conspiracy theory, this and that, when like pay no attention to the man behind the curtain kind of thing. Okay, soapbox. I have put my soapbox away. I just think we should think about that. We should have conversations about it, but I don't want to piss anybody off, Okay. But I mean, I think most of us we can all agree that something's wrong. I don't care your perspective, your side, your leanings. Something's wrong. And we've all known it for a long time. Okay, what's happening here? I've gone into something here that's stopping my thread. Arg. Okay, we're better now. It's probably because I was talking about those CTs, conspiracy theories. And why? How did I get on that? Oh, subliminal messaging through music. Do you remember back in the day? Oh, play your Led Zeppelin album backwards, and you're gonna hear, something about. Or play the Beatles backwards and it talks about Paul is dead, or what was it? Harry from One Direction is gay. If you play their music backwards. Okay. I was quoting somebody there, not me. That wasn't my thing. That wasn't my quote. And I don't remember who it was or what the context was, but it was funny as hell. Okay. Whew. After this is all over, I go collapse. No, first I play with my granddaughter for an hour, like pull out the very last fumes of energy that I possess. I give it all, people. And then I collapse. Have a nap. My music got really quiet. I wonder if it finished. Oh no, here it goes. Okay, what's happening? Oh, I think I only went through one loop there. Can you see? Yes. Okay. See, that's why I don't like double threading it, because it gets tangled. Oh, okay. Shayna, okay, I don't know why that my computer just made a weird noise, like something got disconnected. I hope it's not my stream. I feel bad because I have been so low lately, these last few weeks, that I have not gone and visited other streamers, like Lala and other streamers, where I try to go and reciprocate and just say hi, and just like support them. But you know what? None of them have come over here either. But, I know it's not tit for tat. Am I allowed to say that? Am I allowed to say tit? Am I allowed to say tat? My only point being that it makes me feel bad, because I actually do really enjoy their stream. I just have been, if I'm not busy, I'm wiped, and I spend so much screen time, like editing and posting stuff. I don't spend a ton of time posting, but like the editing is like screen time, and so I just get tired of being on screens. And so the last thing I feel like doing is hanging out on Twitch, honestly. Which I could just lurk, but sometimes I just need quiet. So I'm going to try to get better. If my energy starts picking back up, I do want to pop in there and see what they're up to. I haven't seen them in days. And sometimes Lala is just playing video games, and honestly, I'm not a video gamer, so that doesn't really interest me. And so it's kind of meaningless when they're all talking about that. And just a couple more stitches here, and then I got to knot this off and get some new thread. I'm going to see if I can move a little bit faster, guys. Sorry. And I don't even know. Can you see? Shit. I can't tell you. Two different streams that I've gone back to clean up. I was working off camera for minutes and minutes and minutes at a time, and then realized, oh man, they can't even see what I'm doing. Okay, this is getting a little short. It's gonna be hard to get a knot in there. Okay, I did it. It's important for this seam to be strong. However, at the same time, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that in there. Nope. Okay, guys, hopefully it will hold. This is going to get glued. This whole edge that's all stitched is going to have glue on it. So the fact that I didn't get a great knot there I'm not too worried about it, but I think I will feed this. I think I will feed this back through a little bit and leave it long just for a little added stability so that knot can't like come out. Or it won't readily come out. It just adds a little more stability there. So I'll cut it way out here. Okay. More thread. Take these pins out. Okay, guys, we are a quarter of the way around. Woo! Okay, check the chat. I killed Paul. I killed Paul. Which lyric, I wonder, is it that they think that when you play it backwards that that's what it says? Or if it's like they think it's like on the track in there somewhere, because I know the Beatles layered so many tracks. But yeah, I killed Paul. That is a paradox, Pop Pop. Okay, Andres, Lico Manuel. I thought it was Loco Manuel. And old Pop Pop, you guys got to get into that. Oh, okay. Oh, now I know what you're talking about. I missed a whole bunch of stuff here. Oh, you guys are talking. Please keep talking. That makes me so happy. Okay. Oh, Pop-Up, thanks. I just added it. I've been looking for a new show. Yeah, we just started also watching the new Dune show. I think I saw that in here. It looks clear to me. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. Dune is also awesome. I also really enjoyed the prequel and post novels that Herbert's son wrote. Yeah, I haven't read those. Pop-Pop's up on that. Oh, wait. Yeah, Pop-Up's up on that stuff. But we did just start the new series. There's a new, I want to say it's Max. Is it Pop-Up? Max series? That's a prequel. That's about the, what the hell are those gals called? Those witches, whatever they are called. You know, the sisterhood, whatever. It's really, I mean, so far, just one episode in, it's got really good production values. And it's creepy. And I don't do creepy very well, but because it's Dune, you know, I accept it. The first 3 of Dune are the best if you're talking about the books. Agreed, Andres. But the films, how did you feel about the new films? I loved them. I loved them. Some people get irritated when characters get collapsed together or plot points get collapsed together. But I always go into films knowing that that's just part of the process of creating a screenplay out of like an epic novel. I mean, you just can't like have like a 30-hour film, you know? So I think people accept longer films now, like 3-hour films aren't that big a deal. And we can thank Peter Jackson and Lord of the Rings for that. But, and I think that's necessary sometimes to do justice to the source material. But I also think that, that collapsing things for that purpose so that they can get everything in, as long as they stay really true to the source material in terms of like it's the message like that they're focusing on. And I know every director or every person who, you know, adapts a screenplay is going to have a perspective on what the messaging is. I don't know, it's an interesting thing, but I do go into it realizing that we're not always going to get exact, you know, it's not possible. It's a different medium. So I have a lot of grace for it. Oh, Andres, you're saying it got distorted, like the story got weird. It kind of did. It got very philosophical, but I don't know. I have space for that. So yeah, it's okay. So now I know what you guys are talking about. It's a conspiracy to think there's a conspiracy. Yeah. Yep. Oh, Bene Gesserit, thank you. The Bene Gesserit, thank you.
The Bene Gesserit. The Bene Gesserit.
I shouldn't do that.
The Bene Gesserit. Put your knife in your throat.
That is a paradox. That's funny. I prefer the 84 David Lynch film. Of Dune. I think I liked that one, but I just never really felt like they... Yeah, that one had a good feel to it. I guess what I like about the newer ones as compared to the older ones is just that we have better production values now. So I really loved the actualization of the world. I loved that. And I loved some of the actors in this one. I liked them. I think Lico Manuel 79 is right. Was it Paul is dead backward making on Strawberry Fields? Not sure. Every director has a different perspective. Yeah. Yeah. And, people get pissed off about things. And I it's like sometimes I get pissed off if I feel that they are cheapening or, just making a buck off of a story. Or sensationalizing just for the sake of being weird or unusual. I mean, I don't mind novelty or things being an original take. I like that, but if it's just original for original's sake and they're kind of being just not respecting the original material, then I have trouble with that. But I think there's room for interpretation for sure. And it makes it fun because then you get to experience it in a new way. Which is another reason that kind of remakes don't bother me, although I have to say with television and films, it's become ridiculous. Remakes have become ridiculous. It's like, okay, that story is, it's seen its day. Why remake it? Now, spin-offs, that's another thing. I don't mind that. Like I've loved the Hobbit spin-offs that are happening right now. The Rings of Power, I've been enjoying that. What time is it? Oh my god, we only have 10 more minutes, guys. It's so interesting. I'm not going to tell you. I don't want to mention personal things like the fact that my bladder is like 2 hours. That's it. If I went longer, I guess we'd have to take a break. Okay, Nana. TMI, as usual. Okay, I think I can accomplish a little bit in 10 minutes, so I am gonna. Although I could bring the puppets back in, but frankly, I'm too tired. So you just have to be with me. And that's what we're here for, guys, to finish Purple Monster, right? Okay, chat amongst yourselves for a moment. Ah, crap. I don't know if you can see, but I screwed up my knot here. I don't like it. I want my knots to be tidy. And I have a loop. I have an outstanding loop. There we go. Not happy, Bob.
Dot? Is Dot here?
No, Bob's not here. It's just a thing I say. It's actually quoting a movie.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
What movie is it quoting?
When I say not happy, Bob. Okay, anybody know? Not happy, Bob. I might be completely misquoting, but it is a thing I quote all the time. Okay, why is that loop? Where does that go? Come on. Don't know where that... The backing on this fur is rough. It's very rough. And so it's a bit sticky, like it sticks, the thread sticks going through it. Even though this is coated cotton, it's sticky. And so it doesn't want to, this double threaded thing doesn't want to, I don't want to break that thread, but I'm trying. Okay, that's good enough. Moving on here. Okay, did anybody name it? Yes, old Pop Pop. You're going to get it right every time, because you know me. So you have an advantage. If we have a contest, you're going to have to opt out because of conflict of interest. Okay. 84 Dune with Kyle MacLachlan. Great for its era. You two nerds. Agreed, old Pop-Up. Also, the music was really good. From Toto. I don't remember the music. You are a nerd. Holy cow. Oh, yeah, you're a music guy. You and Pop-Up. Andreas, you guys need to get together. You do. Because you could open each other's world up there. That's right. The music was great. You mean, I agree. Oh, you mean that's right, Toto, right? Like, that's right. I remember Toto. Oh my God, I need to shut up. The whole movie is like a giant dream. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. It did feel dreamy, whereas the new ones feel just gritty. They feel gritty and violent and dark. You know, really dark. I agree. Okay, my thread is all tangled. What the heck is happening here? Come on. Okay. Come on. We are making a puppet here. We are making a puppet here. It's like that weird loop keeps moving me forward with each stitch, and so I need to resolve it. Otherwise, I'm just going to have a terrible seam here. What is happening? Why is that happening? Okay, so that loop feels good. Why is the rest of it not coming in line here? There we go. I think I fixed it. All right, my kids. Why do I call people that? That's stupid. You're not kids, and you're not my kids. Speaking of which, I get to see my kids in less than a week. My kids and my grandkid and my other kid who's not my kid, but is kind of my kid, who lives in Italy. Why am I singing a song about my kids? Because I'm feeling like I might be Mr. Rogers. Shall I take off my sweater and put on my tennis shoes and zip up my other sweater and make you feel so happy? And this is terrible. Stop it, Nana.
Nana, stop it. Please stop it, Nana, because you are scaring me.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Sonny. Yeah, dude. They're gonna think you got something more than just cacao in that thermos. I don't. I'm also on a break from alcohol, in case you hadn't noticed. Pop-Up. He's sweet. He'll offer me a glass of wine every night. I'm like, ow. Yes, no, yes, no. Now I'm trying to take a little break because my body, just can't. It just needs every bit of purity that it can. And alcohol is like tough on the kidneys, tough on the liver, and my internal organs are in rest mode right now. Okay, I still am struggling with this. I think it's partly because that is so twisty. All right. Oh, we still got 4 minutes. I'm gonna get a little ways here. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not even gonna make it halfway, guys. Oh boy. I was hoping to finish this mouth plate today, but I really have been jabbering too much. I wanted to try it on the head with this mouth plate cover in. But I can't finish this in 4 minutes. No way. Suppose I could try to go over. But I got other stuff to do. Yeah, we're having a little family Thanksgiving. Kids coming. I've said this before, but coming from across the country up to where my son lives, and then we're renting a little Airbnb together and having Thanksgiving, including our little Italian, I say little, she's a grown woman, our Italian foreign exchange student from a million years ago that we still love and adore, is coming all the way from Florence, Italy to spend 3 days with us. So that's so wonderful. I mean, I'd be like, you're coming all the way from Italy? You have to stay a month. But nope, 3 days. 3 days, all she's got. And she's spending it with us. I feel so incredibly honored and blessed. I need to get better about camera. I don't know, kids. I wonder if it was better when I had the camera overhead instead of to the side. Because if the camera was pointing directly down right now, you'd be able to see what I was doing. I just thought that once I got into sewing, it would be, or tracing and sewing or whatever, no, sewing, that it would be easier to see it from the side. But I may switch my camera back to hanging above. I think it might just be, I'll have a less hassle trying to keep it in the frame. And honestly, I get sidetracked jabbering while I'm sewing, and then I can't see what I'm doing, so I, without thinking of it, I pull it closer and closer to my old eyeballs. See, it just did it again. Come on. See how my stitches are being weird. I don't like it because I want them to be tight. Again, it's going to be glued, so it probably isn't that big of a deal, but I would hate to have them open up somehow. Okay. Oh, Shayna, you're probably gone now, but I started to say, as far as the podcast, I want to do a couple of series. I want to do a series on nervous system, which I already said, and I want to do a series on puppets, puppetry, and puppeteers and puppet making. I would like to have some experts on in that realm, and I would also like to continue my series on plant medicines, because I've had 2 people on talking about plant medicines, but I would like to have more. And I actually would like to have Kat Courtney back, because she's fantastic, and she's usually amenable to interviews. But interestingly, not all of the nervous system people that I listen to, in particular, who won't come on the show yet, she's too busy, and I'm not a big enough, I don't think I'm a big enough draw. She's not a big proponent of people doing plant medicine journeys with a dysregulated nervous system, and I think Kat Courtney, who I interviewed, would agree with that, because she feels that the experience can be too overwhelming for a dysregulated system, and you could actually end up re-traumatizing yourself through that experience. Makes sense to me. So, anyways, I think it would be fun to have those people actually together on the show, but okay. I think we're going to close up shop here, guys. Let me just do a couple more stitches and knot this, and then we'll call it a day. All right. Congratulations, Nana. Thank you. I love congratulations. I'm not sure why, but yes, I noticed. I can see okay. I think it is clear view from this angle. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you, Andres. Thank you. Like I say, I don't check the chat frequently enough, so I don't follow what people mean, and then I feel stupid. Thanks for the congratulations. I don't know what it's for. Maybe I had a revelation while we were talking, or did something right. Oh boy, I am so sad about the top of the show, because Sunny and Donatello and Purple Monster, they were having some fun. They were having a fun convo. Makes me so sad. Okay, I'm going to knot this, because last time I didn't give myself enough thread and had a hard time making my knot. And I think it would be good to end on a knot. All right. Oh yeah, already too short. See, you got to give yourself some rope to hang yourself with here. Come on, come on. All right. I think back sometimes to all the subjects that I started to chat about and realize I never finished saying what I was going to say, and then it's too late. Okay. we almost, oh, we made it halfway. Look at that. Half. Top to bottom. So next time, we'll do a real quick around this way, and then we can flip it right side out. I don't think I can because of the pins. Otherwise, we could look at this seam and see how it looks.
Hello, I'm skin. I'm empty skin. I'm just an empty I'm just an empty skin. My mouth is really screwed up. I'm deformed. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. What's happening right now, Nana?
I don't know what's happening.
You're really, really freaking weird.
I know.
But I love you anyway.
See how anything can be a puppet?
Yes, anything.
I would like to make a soft puppet like Kermit because I like the way that he can go like this. He can go, ah! And he can suck his lips in and stuff. So I want to do one that's like that. But you can kind of see, like, just from this side, like, you can kind of see the shape of Purple Monster, like the way the skull is, that we've got that going on with the mouth. But I just love it that anything that, you know, you can talk anything and make it into a little personality. That's fun. Okay, kids. Thank you so much. Oh, my family visit. Thank you, Andreas. Okay, kids. Ciao. Thank you for hanging out. It was nice to have you guys. It was nice to see you all. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with me and making Purple Monster. Okay. Take care. Have a good Thanksgiving. I won't be around next week, so we'll see you next time. Ciao.